we had a piece in Wietighofen. The piece was kind of about there's no cis boys or cis girls. But then and one kid told her father about it. And so he went directly to the artist and was really irritated, but also really aggressive. How can we show this propaganda?
Hello, welcome to the Schlachthaus Theater Podcast. My name is Ulysses and I will be hosting today's episode. This is a beautiful episode. We have a very special guest today. With us is Felice Stockhammer. She is part of the Vorstellungsdienst Team here at the Schlachthaus Theater. So she is in charge of all the ticketing and many more interesting things that we're going to delve into. And welcome, Felice.
Hi, nice to be here.
Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. Sure. So, Felice, I would like to ask you, first of all, at the personal level, tell us about yourself. So, your background, your origins, where were you born? What's the story of Felice?
So, my name is Felice. Mm-hmm. I was born in Bern. 30 years ago, so I just turned 30 this year.
Wow,
and actually
birthday.
Celebrated it here in
Congratulations.
Schlachthaus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that one.
Nice.
Okay.
And I grew up in Bern and in Lausanne. So during my childhood, I was in Lausanne and later came back to Bern.
Okay.
And I've spent most of my life here.
Most of your life here in Bern?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the town as well and have my family and friends here.
Right.
And studied here as well.
Uh-huh.
Social anthropology and theater studies.
Okay.
So that's my connection to the theater.
There you go. That's a connection.
And I worked a lot in the theater field before as a director assistant, and for many years now, and mostly in Bern. Mm-hmm. And and at the moment I'm working as a production manager assistant.
Okay.
And in the evenings, sometimes I'm here as Vorstellungsdienst.
That's an interesting job. The production management. Eh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
helping
important.
with super important, right? Yeah. That's the ground of the productions.
Exactly, and there's not that many people working in it, so we produce a lot and have to take care of many productions. Yeah,
I see. Oh, that's a connection. That's an important piece of information. So let me ask you, Felice, how did you become part of the theater in the first place, and for how long have you been working here?
So I started working here, I think it was in 2022.
Uh-huh.
So about 2 years ago, a bit before, because I was a director assistant of Maike, the former artistic director of the theater, and was helping her with a piece she did. And then she kind of brought me to the Schlachthaus because she needed help for 2 other projects. Mm-hmm. And so I helped assisting with these 2. It was Kicks and Schlachthaus im Quartier. Okay. So it was kind of part of the team. And then she left and the new directors came. And I still was kind of part of the Schlachthaus in the main function as Vorstellungsdienst because, many people kind of left, and so there was personal missing. So
I see.
So I kind of stepped up in that kind of work, and it's a huge privilege of doing it. I think it's likely the most joyful part of a theater, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Actually, that leads me to my next question. Joyful. You said joyful. Tell us about. So, what are the key tasks that you handle here say from ticketing to ensuring safety for the public that comes to the theater?
Yeah, these are the main tasks. So, it's ticket sales, it's ensuring that you have a nice environment, that everyone feels comfortable, and
I see.
And so you coordinate with the technicians, with the artists, also sometimes with the communication team of Schlachthaus to make sure that everything is ready in the lobby. Also flyers or brochures, or also it's important, like content warnings or content notes, so you can inform people coming in if they somehow don't feel comfortable or are unsure what they are seeing. And then the sale part begins. And once the show starts, I usually sit right there in the corner.
There you go.
And
is there any specific reason you sit there?
I sit in the front just that I can oversee everything behind.
Okay.
And if anyone leaves or if anyone comes inside, that I kind of make sure that I can accompany them. So to know what happens, or also in the case of emergency, that I can lead the way. In case of an evacuation. But it never happened. Until now. Hopefully it never will
Thank
happen.
God. Yeah.
But usually the bar team is on the other side. So,
okay.
Yeah. And after the show, sometimes I help assisting the bar team as well if they're like they have a lot of people coming, and and at some point then I just finish counting the money and I leave. Yeah.
That's a typical day, right?
That would be the typical day.
The typical day. But there are none so very typical days, are they?
Yes, I mean, sometimes we have like formats where we are outside of the house, or sometimes, there's like special entry situations as well, where the piece starts outside, or you have walking tours, or so that's always super exciting. I enjoy.
You like that, right?
Yes, I enjoy.
It takes you out of the comfort zone.
Of course, yeah.
You have to improvise a little bit.
A tiny bit, but it's not. I mean, I don't want to overemphasize my tasks there. It's mainly just making sure that everything goes well. But I'm like a safety net in the background more. Yeah. So, but usually most things go well. So and I really enjoy being here. Yeah.
So how do you? Obviously, you're the face, the first interaction with the public. That's really you. How do you ensure they have a positive experience? Let's say from the attitude, from that aspect, more than really like the mechanical part of things, that you make sure that everything is, because you're really good at that, I'm pretty sure. But what's your attitude? What is that you bring? Let's put it very abstract, as an energy, so that they connect and they have a nice experience as theater goers.
I think I love theater. I mean, I do theater as well. So it's really about a welcoming experience. So that you ensure that people come here to be entertained. Sometimes you have also more difficult pieces which are not necessarily meant to be entertaining, or more darker in the sense. So you have to be kind of ready to know the mood. And so for me, that's really an important part of the job, is being informed what the piece is going to be about, and also to ensure that everyone feels well.
I see.
And but I think, or what I love most is usually when people go outside, and because I'm the face, or often they don't know if I'm part of the production team or not. They often congratulated me on the good piece they saw. I always feel like, if you're standing there, you're kind of presenting the theater, and you're also there to get the feedback from different people if they were pleased or not so pleased. And so you're really the communication part in that at that station. And I think I bring a positive and I guess loving attitude as well to the arts, and also be ready to connect with people, and if they have some questions that you actually engage with them, not just sell a ticket. Yeah,
totally. You just mentioned something very interesting. You mentioned, depending on the piece, what it is about, you can face different situations with the public, that they may react in a different way, right? So that could be potentially challenging at some point. Have you ever experienced any challenges or something where you have to be resourceful and solve this situation so that everyone really feels? Do you remember any particular situation?
Yes. Maybe it's a bad example of or how I failed at performing then, but we had a piece in Wietighofen. I think it was about a year or a year and a half ago, and great theater piece, and it was about I forgot the word in English, but I will say the word in German, Strichmännchen, where you have like this, I don't know how to describe it. Anyhow, the piece was kind of about there's no cis boys or cis girls, so everyone can kind of be anyone. And because we showed it in this neighborhood, there are different kind of attitudes, and of course it's a neighborhood where there's a lot of religious people as well, and so many kids came, and that was wonderful. But then and one kid told her father about it, and he got really angry and kind of came towards us, and I was just talking with, I think, someone else, with a technician, and so he went directly to the artist and was really almost in a modus of
irritated,
really irritated, but also really aggressive. How can we show this propaganda or this? And so it was kind of difficult getting in between and kind of just ensuring that he can talk to me about his frustrations, and that we can kind of resort to.
And you and the artist, you had to handle the situation.
Yeah, there was a few of the team there, so it was not just me. And but we didn't really know. So there are sometimes a few moments where. It gets a bit tense, and especially if someone, really has a personal relationship or is really angry or irritated by something, then that you kind of protect and also kind of acknowledge everyone's reality, and then but also kind of knowing how to put an end to it, or kind of.
Totally.
Set a barrier.
But that is interesting, because, I mean, not everything is flowers and butterflies.
Of course.
And you may encounter different types of people with different beliefs, etc. And I think you handle it pretty well, right? Like, even though, I mean, you're saying that, but you learn from these experiences, right?
Exactly. I think
that's the idea.
I think, I mean, sometimes, you never know before the first time something really happens. So,
you never know, yes.
Yes. Yeah. And then
until it happens.
And then you kind of learn from it. But I feel like, I had to learn for myself as well to step up a bit more rapidly, and kind of be there and really also in that sense also really making sure that not only the public feels safe but the artists as well.
The artists, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and sometimes I don't think it's usually. I think it's also interesting because I mean, it's of course it's a difficult question if theaters always have to be like safe spaces. I think it's important sometimes that they're also brave spaces.
Oh,
and but it's always a discussion point. How much do you say in advance? How much can you surprise or challenge your public?
Yes.
So, because I'm in the position where, I hear the reviews or the confrontations.
And it is a live space, you see, because you see a lot of conversations, not just in theater, but like in radio or TV or internet, whatever. But then it's on a screen, right?
Yeah.
But this is a live scenario, right? Exactly. So it's a little bit more complicated in that aspect. So,
Yeah, but it's also, I think that's why it's great and fantastic to have actually, usually like a forum or a space where you can discuss these ideas. Yeah. But at the same time, one needs to make sure how to form this space so that really everyone feels comfortable in it.
Yeah. So talking about safety, let's talk about a different type of safety, which is the safety in the theater, right? Like anything happens, fire, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you ensure, let's say you're overseeing everything and that everything runs smoothly, safety-wise? Because I know that's one of your tasks here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I kind of look with the technicians as well that everything goes according to plan, and I mainly just make sure to be here and kind of to have the phone with me to make if there's really a medical emergency that I'm there to help. Yeah,
you mentioned you counted the amount of people that are here, right, present.
Yes.
Why is that?
I think that's important because, if there's a fire or if there really would be a need for an evacuation, that you know how many people you have to account for, because that would be my responsibility to make sure that really nobody's left in the toilets or somewhere else.
Yeah.
And to get together outside.
Let's talk about ticketing.
Yeah.
That part, yes. So we recently changed from pretty much analog or manual to digital ticketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk us about that. How's that change? How is it positive or not? Has it improved your workflow? What are the challenges?
So it feels super fancy to have this
fancy.
computer and to have like a printer, and people enjoy their tickets.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the fun part. I think it's probably much easier for bookkeeping, especially for Lars, who's gonna have to check everything. And now it's more digital, so he doesn't have to go through every handwriting. So that's probably the easier part. For us in the Vorstellungsdienst, it means mainly, it eases a bit the workflow. I think especially, for counting or accounting how many people are inside, it makes it really much easier with scanning the tickets. Unfortunately, sometimes the internet doesn't work, the connection doesn't work. So if it worked all the time, then it would be perfect.
Yeah, technology has its pros and cons, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And so in theory, it's really great, and mostly it is great. Sometimes I get a bit frustrated with it when the connection is not there. But otherwise, it takes a bit longer to sell because you have to write down the information then in the moment. But it's easier later on. So it's much faster afterwards.
Totally.
So I think I take a bit longer actually at the cash register now than before, and so usually pieces start 3 minutes late because most people already come like 5 minutes before or even less before and try to buy a ticket then. So it's just not as fast as just giving it out. But at the same time, I think it's cool. Yeah,
saves paper as well, right?
It saves a bit paper. We're still printing the small tickets. Yeah, but it feels a bit more professional in that way. Yeah.
It feels more like we're moving
towards technology. Yeah.
Technology, right? So, what do you enjoy the most about working at the Schlachthaus Theater?
A lot. I feel it's really a huge privilege to be working here, especially in my function where I don't have that much to do, and I mainly just get to enjoy like great theater and great pieces. So I really enjoy that, and I think the team is really nice here as well. And I'm a bit on the outside because I'm not here daily or in the office a lot. So, but I still have a nice connection to everyone. So that's great. And I enjoy the artists, of course, and also the public, which is quite diverse from show to show.
Oh, yeah.
And these are the main points of why I want to keep working here. Yeah, it's and also I absolutely love the building and the theater. Yeah,
it's such a magical place, right?
Yes,
iconic.
Yes, it really is. I really like the stones and the scene here. So I really just enjoy the building as well.
Yeah, totally. I hear you. So, Felice, the person, what are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not here? Any passions? Anything you like to do?
So, surprisingly or not surprisingly, I do theater as well outside of this theater. And apart from but as a hobby, so not professionally. And so I write and write theater pieces as well. I enjoy reading a lot, of course. I also enjoy watching a lot of theater, also outside of here, and or movies, play board games. I meet up with friends. Mm-hmm. I don't do sports, or not as much as I should. Maybe I'll start one day, now that I'm really a lot in the office as well.
Yeah, it's a list of resolutions there.
Yes, yeah. And so that's kind of my life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we all have dreams. We all have aspirations, right? Do you have any dreams or aspirations in the professional or even at the personal level that you want to share with us?
I think I really want to continue working in the theater scene, and maybe with a job which is safe in the sense of really regular. And and what I love most about theater is kind of finding out about narrative structures and kind of and also, how it's put into play.
Yeah.
So I really would love working as a dramaturg, I think, in the future. But right now, I'm really happy as well with my different jobs, or as a production manager. I think it's a very important task in the theater world as well. And I actually would like to keep working in this field for a few years, and then probably really focus on work as a dramaturg. And later, like much later, maybe. I always read about these €1 villas, which you can buy and then somewhere in Italy or in Spain, in a very
for €1.
Yes, they have like this project where they kind of like in small villages where where most people are leaving actually, and they kind of want to get people back, and so they try to attract people to on the one side renovate and kind of create a space there. And I like a abstract dream of me is really create a theater actually.
In what parts of Europe is that?
There's very many different. In Italy, there's a lot. In Greece, in Spain. So mostly really, really small villages where, they just have this project. They have it in Switzerland actually. As well, like in not for €1, but where they kind of try to attract people because so many people are leaving. And I think. Or why that's a bit a dream of me is I notice with Schlachthaus when we go to neighborhoods like Wittighofen where I grew up or spent a lot of time actually, and these are people who are not necessarily all in this culture bubble, and to kind of live and experience the joy and the excitement when like a theater company arrives there, and you have so many children and people as well who come and see and watch.
It's like similar to like when the circus would arrive to the town, right?
A tiny bit, yeah.
A little bit.
But I think it's a good analogy, and I think it's actually an important part as well of culture that you're not just always in the in the city centers, but that you kind of try to have.
So you think you can bring the theater aspect to these villages in the future, in a way?
Yes, and also kind of, take up stories from there and kind of, makes it. I think because there's always great stories lying everywhere, and sometimes I mean, not to say that we don't have diversity. I mean, we have a lot of different formats here and productions. But of course, you have more, people from a certain social class coming here and watching theater. Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience? Something about your job here, the theater? Any message?
My message is, come watch the shows. I think it's a great place to be here.
Totally.
I think the artists are great. And for me, a really important thing is that I kind of try to always put ahead is, that really theater is not an elitist art or just for the educated middle class. And I always see that as well in the public when we have depending on the show, where you have completely different types of people. And I think that's great. A great marketing strategy as well, that you really kind of try to attract different social stratas. And I think actually that's taking place here. And that's one great thing. And maybe I've one question also to the public, but that's up to
you can ask the question and they can leave their answers in the comments section.
Great. I wonder if there's a need or a wish for more interactive audience talks with the theater, because I never mean to eavesdrop, but of course I hear a lot in the lobby when they talk about it, or sometimes they come to me as well to kind of discuss the piece.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me it's a question as well, should there be more done around the theater piece as well, or to kind of more engage with it in a more meaningful way?
Mm-hmm.
And but I don't know if that's really a wish, or maybe it's just a wish on my part. But
okay.
I wonder if that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you got it. Now you have a reason to leave us a comment in the comment section. Felice, thank you so much for being with us today. It's been an honor.
Yeah, it's been an honor for me. Thank you, Elisa.
Thank you for coming. A pleasure for me. And it's been a pleasure for me to be here today hosting this beautiful episode with our beloved Felice from our Vorstellungsdienst Team. I would like to invite you to stay tuned. You can visit www.schlachthaus.ch. There you can find all our seasonal program for the theater, also more information about Digitalität, different events that we develop in the digital space. There you can find it. And more importantly, like Felice, I'm sorry about my pronunciation. It's terrible sometimes. But like she just said, we invite you to come to the theater. That's the most important thing. Experience the magic of this beautiful place. And yeah, without anything else, I'd like to sign out. And we'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned. More episodes of the Schlachthaus Theater podcast coming in the future. Have a beautiful day, and we'll catch you in the next one.